Hi, this is the help video for Access Chapter 5, Problem Solve 1, the Events 1.0 database. So this chapter was all about increasing the structure of tables, making them more efficient. So let's go ahead and look at the description for this project. From weddings to conferences, the resort is a popular destination. The resort has several facilities that can accommodate groups from 30 to 60 people. Packages and prices vary by size of group, room, and other services such as catering. The event planning and catering team works closely with clients to ensure the clients have everything they need for their event. The resort stocks several choices of decorations, table arrangements, and centerpieces. This includes professional, simple, themed, and luxurious. So what you can see on the left is the instruction file for the project, and on the right I have the Access database as it is downloaded from my lab IT. I've already marked step 1 that we have completed it because I have the file on my screen and open. So step 2 is going to have us create a new table. That new table is going to be called Table Events Detail. There's going to be 5 new fields within the table. Event Detail ID, which is an auto number. Remember, an auto number is really a number, long integer, and it counts, normally it just counts 1, 2, 3, but we saw in the last movies that you could randomize that number if you wanted to. And then we have what looks like some primary keys in another table. So client ID is a foreign key because if we were to look at the client table, client ID is here and it is the key, and so we're repeating that piece of information so that we can link things together. Same thing here with event ID. This event ID is in the event table as the primary key, so this is another way to link to another table. So we want to think of this as one of those junction tables, if you will. So let's go ahead and start creating it. So we're going to begin with Create Table Design, and we're just going to type in the information tab. This is an auto number. And then instead of going back and doing the description, I'm going to move from here down here and type this in. And then I'm going to just type it in offline so you don't have to see me type it in. I'm going to do this first one. And so now we're down at Event ID, and it is a number, and then I'm going to continue. So all right, you need to type all that in. Okay, I have the fields entered along with the corresponding data type and the description. So now what I'm going to do is click on the Save button and call this TBL Event Details. So now I have this new I'm going to cancel here because I forgot to do the primary key. So all I'm doing is selecting Event Detail ID, click on Primary Key, and now I'm going to save it. Table Event Details with an S. Okay, so we have step 2 done, and let's look at step 3. We're going to work on the field properties for the fields in this new table. So Event Detail ID field. So we're going to make sure we're here. Under the field properties, add the custom format, right? So we're going to come here. I'm going to zoom so you can see it. You don't have to zoom. You can type it right there, but I am going to zoom it, and let's see, detail, all caps, and then 0. So that will be the event detail ID will have detail in front of it. So we have that piece done. Ensure that the new values field property is sent to incremental, and it is. Event ID field. So I'm going to move down to event ID field. Create a lookup field by changing the data type to Lookup Wizard. So we're going to come over here, Lookup Wizard. Notice it goes right back to number. So now we have to decide, are we looking up something that exists in another table, or are we typing in our values? We are actually looking right here. So it says select your data from the existing table events table. So I know I want to look it up from that. So I'm going to go next, and then I'm going to pick the table that it correlates to, right? Event ID is. And then we're going to select event ID, event name, and event date. ID, name, date. ID, name, date. Okay. Next, we're going to sort in descending order by event date. Next, we're going to hide the key. Next, we're going to, let's see here. We're going to enable data integrity and restrict deletes. Finish. Yes. Excellent. So we have event field done. We have event ID field done. So under field properties, enter event as the caption. So I'm still on event ID. We're going to come down here to caption and type event. Under the field property, change required to yes. All right, I'm going to take a second and save it. We're done with step 3. I'm going to go ahead and work on number 4. So we're going to go to the client ID field. We're going to create a lookup wizard here. So we're going to do lookup wizard. Select your data from an existing table client. So yes, I want to look it up in another table. It's table client, and then client ID, last name, first name. We're going to sort in ascending order by last name and then first name. We're going to hide the key. We're going to enable data integrity and restrict deletes, and finish. Yes. So now what we're going to do is for the caption, we're going to put client, and under field properties, we're going to make required yes. Okay. All right, so we have that done. Decor ID. Create a lookup field. But this one, I believe, we're going to oh no, we're going to do this from table decorations. So yes, table decorations, and we want decor ID, decor item, and color. Next, sort by decor item and then by color. Next, hidden. Next, data and finish. So then under decor ID, field property caption is going to say item, and it's going to be required. and we're going to save it. We have one more, and create the following field properties theme field. All right, so this one we're going to restrict the data to the only 4 options available. Okay, so we're going to create a lookup wizard, but this time we're going to type in the values, these 4 values. So next, we're going to come here, right, and type professional, down arrow key, simple, down arrow key, themed, down arrow key, and luxurious, down arrow key, because you want that pencil gone. Next, we're going to limit it to list, finish, and change the field size to 12. All right, so at this point we can switch over here and we can enter this data. So for event, I'm going to do the first one together. We're doing reception on the 23rd. The client is Bennett. The item is tablecloth white. And then the theme is luxurious. I'm going to click around. Notice how it says detail. I'm going to enter the other 2 items, and then we'll start the next movie at step 7. Thank you.